Okay, where is my camera? Where is it? Is it? Oh, there you are. Hey. Hey, guys. Ugh. Found ya. I didn't know where you were for a second. Oy. Okay, so now that you guys can see me finally, or more like I can see you, today we're going to be talking about camera basics. Okay, so we're going to talk about camera basics, but we're also going to be doing an unboxing of this package I got from ThreadBeast. I decided to actually try it out for once because I don't have any good clothes ever. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is shutter speed. Shutter speed controls how fast that camera of yours is taking the picture. Alright, and so that can range from 1/30th of a second up to 1/2000th of a second. That is also going to contribute to how dark the picture is going to come out because you're just shooting at a much smaller time frame. It also controls the motion blur of a picture, so it can look very, very blurry with your hands going up and down, or any type of movement will come out blurry. It also means that you can also take pictures that look like you're frozen in time. So for me, as a sports photographer, I want those types of pictures where they are frozen in time. Sometimes you can add some motion blur to make it a little bit more interesting and more creative. So yeah. And here we go. ThreadBeast. We got this first package coming in. Package number 1. So yeah. Okay. This looks cool. Got some stickers. Okay, some ThreadBeast stickers. And let's see what we got. Some new pants. Interesting. Alright, so yeah, in some cases, for me as a photographer, obviously I would love to have those pictures where it's completely just frozen still, but I am also a wedding photographer, so sometimes adding in a little bit of different styles into my pictures would be great because it just shows that I can do different things. In other cases that you can use shutter speed in different ways is having some parts of the picture motion blurred, but also some parts being completely frozen still, just like in car photography. When you're doing rolling shots of cars flying by, when you keep cameras stable, as the car is moving, you can see some parts of the car literally still and some other parts of the car motion blurred. Those are some nice pants, by the way. This is just completely going fast, but I actually like this one, so it's not bad. Alright, so number 2, we're going to be talking about Aperture. Aperture controls the amount of light that is going into your lens. Alright, and it also controls how deep is your depth of field. Depth of field also controls the bokeh. Bokeh, just in layman's term, means that how blurry your background or your foreground is. I'll show you some examples, of course, throughout the video of these pictures. And it also known as f-stop. Aperture is known as f-stops. So in your camera, you're gonna see the f like 2.8, which is usually what controls right there in your lens. It's gonna show how deep your depth of field is. And f-stop can range from 2.8, which is usual for cameras like this. Whoa. Or it can go all the way up to f22, which is usually for more landscape photography, which is what I'm trying to learn a little bit more. I've been kind of like traveling a little bit and seeing new places and trying to take more more landscape photography stuff, and that would sometimes require big f-stops, big f-stops. But you can also go down to a f1.4 or 1.8, and this is what this 1.4. And this lens has been working absolute magic for me. I love it. It's an 85mm prime lens, so I don't have to worry about like zooming in or zooming out. Just like for this lens, I have to zoom in and zoom out. So there are pros and cons for those. Number 3, we're going to be talking about ISO. ISO basically controls the sensitivity of light in your camera sensor. It also contributes how much grain is going to be in your photo. So usually for me personally, I don't like having a lot of grain. Other photographers do. Right now actually is a huge boom of grainy photos to give it that filmic look. Personally, I don't like that, but some people do. Just not my style, you know? And it can range from 100 ISO up to 51,000 to 100 ISO, which is what this camera is going up to. It's a Canon R5, so it's gonna be high. But, you know, personally, I don't like doing that. In some cases, when it's dark, that is when I'm gonna have to push that ISO range up. Especially during sports photography sessions and stuff like that. You want it to have that, how do I say this? That freeze frame type of photo. For me personally, that's what I like. So I put my shutter speed at 1/1000th of a second. F-stop is going to be 2.8, and my ISO is probably going to be at 1250. I don't like pushing it that high, even though some other photographers that I've talked to have always said you can always push it and just fix it in post. I'm one of those photographers where I don't like to change too much of a photo because it's just not showing what it really is, right? But in some cases, I do want to get rid of that grain. So in Lightroom, I just put that grain denoiser selection and just put it up just a little bit, not too much, where it's like silky smooth, but you can see a little bit of grain. All right, those are the 3 steps of, like 3 basic steps to mastering manual mode in your camera. Alright, and now I'm going to talk about camera features because I was talking to someone who has a new camera and didn't know what exactly the camera had. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about the camera features. Now every camera will have either a digital sensor, which is what this has, a mirrorless sensor, or an actual mirror in your camera, which is what a DSLR is. Now in every camera there will be either two or 1 SD card slots. You can either have, let's just check it out. You can either have a regular SD card just like this one, if it focuses. Yes, just like this one. And it will be just like that one. Or you can either have this right here, if this decides to focus and not on my face. Hello. Please, okay, you can either have that or this one right here, this tiny one. And you can just put it right in here, into that micro adapter, right here, if it focuses. So, yeah. And this is the EOS R. This is my first, like, quote-unquote professional full-frame camera that I bought when I was in freshman year or sophomore year of college. Alright, now every camera will also come with a battery pack, just like this one. This is, I forget which one this one is, an LP E6NH battery pack. Usually it'll just come with one, but I decided to get, 2 because this is for weddings and stuff like that, and I don't have sometimes the time to just switch out batteries. So yeah, and lenses, you will usually come with a kit lens that's probably going to be like a 24 to 105 millimeter lens. That's what, at least for Canon cameras, more like the EOS R and the RP kit lens comes with. Then you have a shoe right on top of this camera right here. This is the shoe right here. You can just take that top off. And I usually don't keep it on because I have things to put on top, like either a microphone or a flash to come with it. Alright, and then on this side of the camera, if it decides to focus, there you go. right here on this side, you're gonna see the connections for an HDMI cord, or your microphone or your headphones. Now, for those purposes, you would, for an HDMI cord, you can connect your camera to an actual monitor on your computers, or have an actual monitor on top of this shoe right here, which is what some video content creators use. More specifically, that would be for cinematic videographers that would use monitors like that. Microphone, you can just connect it right here on that side. It says mic, so you'll be able to find it easily. And I'm gonna show some more, just a couple more things in the ThreadBeast box. Okay, alright, got this shirt and some socks okay, I am actually okay with this ThreadBeast box. My first one's not that bad. It's got some couple things, but I like it so far. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and please let me know if you need anything else down in the comments below. See ya!